Welcome to another episode of Artist Uncut. We got Krysten Simone in the building.
Hello.
Got my co-host to my left.
What's poppin'? It's your girl, Major DeVoe.
And we ready to give you some uncut information.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Raw. Raw enough.
Give it to you raw, baby. So how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. So you're an artist, you sing.
I am.
I got to check you out. You got an amazing voice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So how long you been singing? You know, is it something you just got into, or you been singing since the crib?
No, I've been singing my whole life. I was in a bunch of different like music ensembles growing up as a kid. My dad, he pastored church for a little bit, so I sang in choir as a kid.
Okay.
And
PK.
yep, I'm a little PK. Mm-hmm. I was in a little girl group when I was younger, so I've just been singing my whole life, honestly.
Oh, that's what's up.
In any way I can.
How long were you in a girl group? Like some 3LW type stuff?
Yeah, it was like, little Cheetah Girls, 3LW, Destiny's Child thing, you know what I'm saying? I was in that for like, I don't know, probably like maybe 9 years.
Oh, wow.
I was in there for a while, since I was like a kid till like high school. So
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
The majority of your life, like a big chunk of your life.
yeah, it was, honestly.
so what happened? Why did it end? Like what? Or you just wanted to start doing solo stuff or what?
Honestly, it was just because I moved away.
Okay.
I went to school out in Tennessee, so I just, we kind of fizzled out, so, alas. But honestly, like, it was definitely one of the more influential parts of my life because that's where I got my ear training.
Mm-hmm.
We wrote our own music, did our own harmonies, so, and at a young age, like, that's really, like, good practice to have to, like, sharpen your ear and to, like, get better as a singer. So yeah, and I was just singing all the time. So
Were you like the main you the Beyonce of the group?
No. We ain't had no leaders. No, we was all shining.
That's what they say.
No, we was all shining. We was all shining.
That's what's up.
No, it was cool though. Yeah.
And you still in contact with your old group members, or
Honestly,
are they singing still, or?
Yes, they are still singing.
Uh-huh.
We like say hi on like Instagram and stuff. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean
that it's just funny because that's what life comes down to at this point. It's like that's how you keep in contact with people. Like,
yeah,
you see what they doing, you know what they got going on through Instagram. So
like,
that's something. That means something. At least you follow each other.
You said at least people. No,
For real.
No, they're still doing their own thing. Shining. Hell yeah.
So where are you from? You said when you moved, that's when you guys stopped doing the group thing. So
yeah, so I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
okay.
I was born in Chicago, and then I moved to Detroit when I was 3. So pretty much raised in Detroit. And then I went to Nashville for school.
You've been everywhere. Huh?
Yeah, I was in Nashville for a minute. Studied music out there, got my bachelor's in music, and I studied music business as well, so like copyright law, publishing, management, that kind of thing. So yeah, and now I will say, like, I feel like Nashville kind of like built such a significant foundation for my career when it came to songwriting and just like understanding the business in like a safer kind of like chill environment, because like Nashville gives like a pretty like little town, big town kind of vibe, and then it's also a college town.
Okay.
too.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard Nashville pretty lit.
Yeah. No, Nashville's pretty lit.
I heard y'all
Yeah.
had a party out there.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
On Broadway too.
Okay.
One thing I do love about Nashville is like it's super chill. Like if you go out to the bars and stuff, well, one, there is music everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Like they got live music in the airport. Like
in the airport.
In the airport.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it's really cool. Yeah.
Okay. So I gotta take a trip out to Nashville.
For real, yeah. But yeah, it's chill. Like you can get in bars for free. You can wear sneakers and like a t-shirt and like shorts, and like nobody's wearing heels.
Yeah, out
like
here.
if you wearing heels, people are like, "What
Can't
you
do
doing?"
that out here.
No.
No, you can't do that
Out here unless you go to
Not
some
at all.
like beach bar or like dive bar or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real chill, but it's
hear-
cool though. Like
They charge you a car note to get into the club.
Exactly.
Like,
Not to mention,
for
like-
guys.
Not for me.
Yeah,
For you.
girls, y'all got it
We
easy.
good.
Yeah,
I got you. You want to go? Let me know when you want to go. He can't come. Nah, we could get at least one.
Yeah.
You got 10. You got 10
That's
girls.
true,
You can get at least one.
You can get one. Yeah.
You can get
Just
one.
hide them. It's like all
There's
piled
strategy
around.
to this in Hollywood.
Stick a wig
Strategy.
on.
But no, I'm good.
Okay.
They already put a wig on me, and then recent movie I did. They put like the braids on.
Oh my gosh, he
Had me
looked
looking
worse
like-
than Shamar
had me looking like
Shamar Moore. Tyler Perry
Moore.
movie. It's funny because you actually look like his baby cousin.
You know,
kinda do.
that's everyone said
You know?
that. My uncle, he was just talking to me. He was like, "Man, you remind me of Shamar Moore," and I'm like,
You actually do kind of look like him now that I'm thinking about it.
"I've met
You
him
gotta
too.
see him
I've
with the
been- I've been
braids,
to his
though.
house. He had like a SWAT movie premiere when he first started doing that SWAT show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Y'all
My
take a
real
picture
good friends is
yeah, we
friends
did
with him.
actually.
Hey, I gotta see that.
Yo, oh, will you have it?
Yeah, I'll show.
That's
you.
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys see that?
But back to you though.
Doppelganger.
So one thing that intrigued me is you say you went to school for business, you know, and that's when it comes to being an artist. A lot of artists don't understand the business of the game.
Yes.
So did that help you, you know, in your artistry, going to school to learn the business?
Oh, absolutely. They definitely hammer home like reading your contracts, understanding your contracts, and the fact that you're having a lawyer on your team is like the most important role to have, period. And then, you know, but there's a lot of different perspectives. Like I've had professors who are like, yeah, get your team together right now. And then I've had professors who are like, you don't need a team right now. Do what you can do all by yourself until like you can't do it anymore.
Right.
So there's a lot of different like perspectives on like how to kind of grow as an artist. But yes, learning about the business was definitely crucial in, you know, my ability to succeed. But also the music industry changes. So it's like what I learned back then is not what's still relevant now.
Always evolving.
Like
you know?
within months, like, and not even like,
Yeah.
like the
Rapidly.
books, so quickly. Like the books that we use for like our curriculum, they're just
Obsolete.
they're obsolete at this point. Because I mean, I think that was even really before like the heyday of like TikTok. It was like the beginning of TikTok was kind of like, you know, I think it was still Musically at that point.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, I remember Musically, huh? That was what was hidden.
Yeah, that same company. They just
Yeah.
rebranded.
Oh, interesting.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they did. They changed the name and stuff, but yeah, no, learning about the business was incredibly important. And then it also just kind of it helps to protect you, so you know what to ask, you know what to look for in contracts, in agreements. You know what sounds kind of like fishy, you know.
That's cool.
So yeah, I loved learning about all of that for sure.
Good for you.
Thank you.
So as far as an artist, like, who's your favorite artist? Who do you look up to? You know,
I look up to the OGs, like
the
for real.
OGs.
Yes.
So who's the OGs to you?
Okay, like the iconic, like Whitney and Mariah.
Okay.
I love them. And I feel like it kind of shows in the way that I sing and like the melody choices that I pick and stuff. But yeah, I love them. I'm a huge Stevie Wonder fan. Like my parents, they are
The
really.
GOAT.
Right? My parents are big like art lovers, so my dad would always play music in the house, like constantly. So like I grew up listening to like all like Motown stuff, Jackson 5, all Michael, Janet, Stevie, Mariah. Like my dad also, he loves the Beatles. Like
Did your parents come from a music background too, or no?
no, they
They just
didn't.
loved music.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's
what's up.
My grandmother, she's a singer.
Okay.
She was a music teacher.
Okay.
She actually I went to her alma mater, so she went to Tennessee State University.
Okay.
And I went there my freshman year, and then I transferred to a university called Belmont. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah. So I forgot what your question was, but yeah.
Just who'd you looked up to?
influences.
Yeah. who
Oh
your
yeah.
influence was.
Those two are my like huge influences
That's
for
cool.
sure.
So you got like a old soul.
Yes.
That's what I would say. So how do you feel about the women in music today? Because you know it's different. Like when you look at the Sexy Reds and the Megan Thee Stallions, it's a whole different message. It's a whole different, you know,
It is.
layout with them. What do you think about that?
I mean, I love it for sure. I think I will say I don't think that the music industry now gives a lot of space for Black women to be more than one thing, which I don't particularly like. But that's another reason why I love people like SZA and her, because I feel like they've kind of like gone against the grain to be like, I can be something other than just this,
Right.
you know, and they can go into like even Doja, like going into like different genres. Like I love that. Like I don't think that we should be pigeonholed. We should be able to do anything, you know.
Do you think Doja's very interesting? I don't know what to make of her. If she
I love her though.
What do you love about Doja Cat?
Yeah.
I love how creative she is. I mean, like visually, like her lyrics are incredibly like there's a lot of layers to them. I love her like flow, like I don't know. I just think, and I also love how she's kind of like, you know, she's got a lot of like, I don't know. I don't want to call her quirky, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like
she's different.
She's avant-garde.
Sure.
Avant-garde. That's a better word. Yes.
What's that word?
Avant-garde.
Okay. All right. Major with the fancy
Avant-garde.
verbiage.
Hell yeah. Like that, her performance at Coachella with the wigs was insane. It was also really cool to see live too. So I was like, she pulled out with the, you know what I'm talking about? With
No, I don't.
You didn't see it? Oh dang! Yeah,
I'll go check it out though.
Yeah, she performed. She headlined Coachella this year, and was it this year? It was this year. And she and her background dancers were covered in like long bleach blonde
Hair. Yeah, I
hair.
did see that. Yes.
Like cousin
Like
it.
like cousin
Like
it.
her-
Cousin
like
it.
her hair?
No, like cousin it.
You said long blonde hair.
No, I mean like a lot of hair. Like you can't even see.
That's how you treat me on my birthday.
You
great.
got long blonde hair. Like what you
You
mean?
say I look like cousin it?
That was before she said that. That was before she said
That's
that.
crazy.
That's so funny.
That's great.
Hey, so when it comes to performing, like what's your style? Like, are you just out there, or are you more like just chill as a performer?
Yeah, I'm more like chill. I'm usually like a mic stand and a stance with a vocal and just lots of armography. That's usually my go-to.
Armography.
Lots of armography.
Place the definition right here on the bottom of the screen, please.
Armography. She's,
Armography. I feel that though, because when you're trying to sing,
Yeah.
you don't want to move around too much.
Yeah.
If you're focusing on vocals,
Yeah.
and making sure the words are on point,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying, and looking cute, and making sure you're on
Exactly.
beat. And there's a lot of things to think about.
Yeah. for
So
sure.
to have to think about also moving your feet at the same time.
I know.
and that's how you know you're
rocket
a
science.
real singer. Like
Yeah.
you out there really hitting those notes, because
Yeah.
you can't be out there like Chris Brown and trying to hit. Yeah.
No, but Chris probably he be hitting them notes.
Maybe.
Yeah. He
Allegedly.
Yeah.
He said
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. Oh my gosh.
But yeah. So speaking of women, so how do you guys feel about this presidential election coming up, man?
That's my girl.
This is his history in
Your
the
girl?
No.
Tell me about it. Please tell me about it.
making. Why you say
No,
it like
no,
that? She said, "That's your girl."
Hold on, I need to know the emotion behind that.
Hey, I want to hear both of y'all opinions. So what? So you like? Is it Kamala or Kamala?
I thought it was Kamala.
I was watching a comedy show last night, and what they said for her name,
What they say?
come all over her.
Whoa. Cause they say,
Come all over.
because they say how she got to the top is she,
That's
Oh
what they was. It was literally a comedy
People
set.
say
I'm
that
just
about
saying that. I'm just letting you know what I heard last night.
yeah.
I'm just telling you.
So what's your thoughts on her? Why do you like her so much?
I mean, I think that she is a welcomed fresh of breath air for sure. I think that she's more than qualified. Like, I mean, what was that scene in Scandal where her dad was like, "You have to be twice as good to get half as much"? I mean, that's very true for Black women in this country for sure. So, like, I think that there's a lot of rhetoric that's being spoken about her that's negative, but
And do you think it's true?
no, I think a lot of things have been taken out of context.
Like what?
What did they say about it was like a larger incarceration rate or something like that?
Oh yeah, she put like a lot of Black men
Yeah.
in jail or something like that. And
Yeah,
she's
but-
putting people in jail for weed violations and stuff like that. But she laughed about it while she was smoking weed herself, or something along those
Yeah.
lines. But
And come to find out, she wasn't even what was her position at the time? She wasn't the one making those decisions at the time. That was like prior to her actually getting into her position. So it's interesting to like, pull the veil back and like look behind why people are saying these things about her. And to be honest with you, people are just going to say negative things about anyone who's running for a political office because they're smear campaigns. They're meant to like deter voters. So,
what do you think? What's your thoughts? Be honest.
I want to know.
This is a safe space.
Is it? This might be. But that's not.
Hey, we all entitled to our opinions.
Right. I feel like I am happy for Black women in general because other little girls who grow up in America can see that as an example of how far they can go. You know, and that's the good thing to take away from it.
Yeah.
The other stuff I'm thinking, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna just say that.
Well, give us a little piece of why your vision of her is different than.
I think that it's okay. So, what she said earlier was something like really to take into consideration, that whenever you have a person in the spotlight, it's a lot of times there are going to be a lot of things that are taken out of context. I could blow up and next week everybody could tell their version of their experience with me, and you know, people like, oh, I don't fuck with her because this, you know, and it's like, you don't even know that person. So I don't know her, but what I do know is that the whole government is just corrupt, and I don't really fuck with none of them niggas for real. And that's what I gotta say. It's like this, like I think I mentioned this before in another episode, maybe I didn't. But I'm a parent, right? So as a parent, I can choose 5 different meal options for my kids that I chose based off of my regulation of what I want them to eat, what I want them to consume. I could pick 5 shows. This is whatever I agree is okay and acceptable for me to be able to control my kid in my comfortable level.
Right.
So with that being said, I'm the government and we're the kids. You give me 5 options, you give me 3 options, but you chose all of them. They're based off of what you want from me, and you give me the illusion of choice. And then we all argue about it. And so that's kind of how I feel about the whole thing in general. It's kind of like just another publicity stunt, like the whole Trump thing. It's just like one thing after the next, like, oh, well, are you Drake or are you Kendrick? Are you Kamala or are you... it's like,
crazy,
does it matter? Like, oh my gosh, it's all fake anyway. Who
You
knows?
think he really got shot in the ear? Because they saying that was fake too. So it's like, you don't know what is real.
I saw it live. And
You was there?
I wasn't there. No.
You saw it live? You was there?
No.
She saw it live.
I was
I
not
knew that one girl on the phone.
Not there. No.
She was like this.
You see her in the stands, like, hey, that is Krysten right there. With her cell
I got the
phone.
bullet shot. No, I was not there. I just mean I saw it when they pulled it up live on the news. And my first thought was like, I don't know if this is real because everyone behind him looked completely fine. If you got shot at, the bullet's gonna hit someone. And I'm like,
They say
Nobody
someone got
ran.
And then they said someone died. And then I
After
was
the
like,
fact.
And what
Who
state
is the
was this in
someone? What's his
again?
name?
I
What,
forgot what his name was. I don't remember. I can look it up though.
what state was this in again?
Was it Pennsylvania? I think it was Pennsylvania. I don't know. Was it Pennsylvania?
Maybe they different out there, you know? They just,
Pennsylvania.
yeah,
Oh my
but they
God.
not scared of no bullets. They was like, we were ready to shoot back.
Everybody looked really off, like kilter. Nobody looked like they knew what was going on. To me, it sounded like a firework crackle all on TV. I'm sure there it sounded different, but like, I don't know. That's pretty scary. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to think. Like,
I think we're getting punked.
you think we're getting...
I'm waiting for Ashton to come out right now. At any moment, Ashton about to pop out like, I was just playing. No, like, when is it gonna end?
It's a,
This is like, so everything's so gimmicky now. I just don't take any of this seriously. It's so crazy. Like,
Yeah, but
this
like
is what our parents marched for.
that. Hey, parents, our grandparents.
yeah.
Somebody.
She said somebody.
But I mean, like it cannot be him. That's just my thing. It doesn't really matter. I'll vote for a chimpanzee. I'll vote for a cadaver.
I think I'll vote for him over a chimp. Like, that's really...
No, I'll vote for a chimp before I vote for him.
It's crazy because my dad's a Trump supporter, and it causes a lot of division in the household.
And that's...
When you have one person that's on one side and another person that's on another side, and my dad is a white man, you know, and so it's interesting.
I think more
Dealing with that.
men are for Trump.
Shout out my daddy, I love you.
A lot of men are for
Trump, love
Trump,
yourself.
and a lot of women are for Kamala, however you say her name.
Camels.
But you know, at the end of the day, is whoever's going to do the best for our country. You know, what policies make sense. When Trump was in the office,
Project 2025.
I've heard about
I
this
heard of it
for a minute.
They've been trying that's since Reagan. Like, that's been, you know, the
They keep
plan for
every time there's a new thing they say.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's even
it's already
true or
happening.
not, you know?
It's already
But
happening
that's like
right
with
now.
the Democratic Party too, with the whole the stuff with the children, and look at the Olympics. That was insane.
When the Olympics, can we talk about the Olympics opening up with the horsemen riding in, and it's very similar to the Book of Revelation, and just like the beginning of the end of the world, the beginning of the apocalypse, and the seals being broken. And it's like there's a lot of biblical things, and it's funny because we can't say that we're conspiracy theorists anymore when they're now playing off of it and putting it in our face. And it's like, so I'm crazy to say that this is what it is when it's blatantly what it is.
Do you think they do that because that's what people talk about? So they're like, let's just go ahead and get these views and make people talk, you know?
No, yes and no. Certain people, yes, but bigger like corporations, they don't have to do that. It's the Olympics. People are gonna watch the Olympics all over the world. They don't have to do a gimmicky thing to make people watch the Olympics. That's mandatory. So for them to go out of their way and hire and spend all that money to put that specific message forth. You know, I'm an artist. Everything that I do is intentional, especially when I'm putting money behind it. When I'm hiring 10,000 people to make sure that it comes forth. There's an intention and a specific message that's being conveyed. What is that message? I don't know.
Okay. You think it was kind of fishy that they chose a horse? You're talking about the part where she's on or I don't know if it was girl or guy, but they're on the river?
Yeah, where they're riding, the horseman is riding in.
Yeah.
If anybody knows anything about the Bible, you can look it up. Like there's so many scriptures about the horsemen coming in. They don't bring anything but destruction, death, famine, suffering, you know. And it's like that's a lot of stuff what's going on in the world right now.
Like that's been going
and the
on
higher
for a
powers
while,
are, instead of like pushing us away from it, they're almost leading us into it, you know. And to think that these are the same people that put the Olympics together, you know, United Nations is, you know, and I don't want to say too much.
You think Biden's still alive or he?
What?
I seen like 20 pictures of Biden looking different every time. His ear be in a different spot. Is that the same dude?
Why is his ear on the top of his head? What's going on? What's that? Biden kind of buff today. Like what? They got different.
Biden kind of buff.
They got different actors playing them. Well, as far what influence do you want your music to have on the world?
I want to be able to encourage people to know that really at any age you can accomplish your goals and to like really pour into yourself. Like it can be really frustrating to feel like you have to rely on other people to release music, and that was one of the reasons why I learned how to produce, because I just got so tired of like waiting for the stems, waiting for someone to finish the record, waiting for studio time or like availability. And I think that God put me in a position when I was learning how to produce to like not necessarily have other producers readily available that did the style of music that I did. Because in Nashville, mostly I would run into like pop producers and then overwhelmingly country producers.
Okay.
So I couldn't really find...
Which I would figure that,
Nashville,
Nashville.
So I couldn't really like find like pop R&B producers. And if it was R&B, it was like old school R&B.
Right.
Or it was like trap. Which, I mean, if you put that together, it could make something really cool. But it was
that's
just
not your thing.
Yeah. It was just difficult to like find like the right crew. And then obviously I eventually found my crew, but like that was what really spearheaded my passion for learning how to produce. Was just like frustration and like lack of patience. So
That's cool. Yeah.
yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So you're out here in Cali now, right?
Yes, I moved here 2 years ago this month.
So how you like it?
I love it. It's great.
Happy Caliversary.
Thanks.
Caliversary. I like that. Happy Caliversary. You gonna have a Caliversary party?
Maybe I should.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, yeah. No, it's cool.
So what do you like about out here? What's different out here?
I love how like LA has like pockets. It's like one part of town could feel like a completely different part of the world. It's like very diverse out here. There's so much to do all the time. That was one thing I'm not used to. Is like you can do something at like 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. Like that doesn't happen everywhere else. Like,
Especially in the summertime.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
I feel like
Summer's been lit out here.
Yes, for sure. And I love how like there's so much of us. There's a big like black community, or at least to me, it's a bigger black community out here. And I love that there's so many young creatives. Love that. I love this. I also love the fact that like this is like the land of opportunity for sure. Like you can literally just be like chilling at home and then I get a phone call like, hey, such and such is in the studio.
Yeah.
Can you come out? And I'm like, yes I can. And that's why I was like, oh, sorry.
No,
that was why I wanted to move because because I had never really like I visited LA for like vacations when I was a kid for like Disneyland a couple times, but I had not really like hung out in the city. So before I moved, I kind of had like a little viral moment like pre-COVID or like right when COVID started. And I was getting flown out by a bunch of different producers and like labels back and forth. And I was frustrated because they would call me and be like, hey, can you come to the studio? But I'm like, oh, I don't live here. So like, I can't just like drop $2K on a flight and just be there.
Right.
So I was like, this is the time to move. I think this is better because I feel like LA is like one of those out of sight, out of mind kind of cities.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, I can't keep doing remote stuff. I have to be there. So I packed my stuff up. Me and my dad, we shoved all my stuff in my car and we drove. So
That's a big move.
it was a big move.
And so it's been beneficial to you since you've been out here.
Absolutely, yes.
You had the support though. That's what matters.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
It's important. Support is a major factor.
Yeah, for sure.
Who have you worked with?
So I've worked with I feel like I don't like the name drop.
No, it's not name
want
drop.
name
It's-
drop.
When I say, because to me it's an accomplishment. You know, when you're working with different people in the industry, it's just
Add
you
more
know,
value to
Yeah.
your brand.
Yeah,
So
it's not name
realistically like this. So I'm gonna say it to you like this.
Yeah.
None of these people here watching don't know who you are. They never seen you. Yeah, you're real cute. They never heard your music.
Yeah, that's true.
Realistically, they're gonna care about who you work with.
Okay.
And it's like, yeah, don't name drop. I guess there's a time and a place to do it.
Yeah.
But this is an interview, so now's the time.
Have at it.
Have at it, right?
So I got to work when I was getting flown out a lot. I got to work with the Champagne Therapy crew, which is Tommy Brown's publishing.
Oh, Tommy Brown. Yeah, that's what David Wade works with Tommy Brown.
Okay.
Yeah. They're great. Some of the most talented people I've ever met, ever. I got to work a little bit with Hitco at the time, L.A. Reid.
Okay.
Flew me out to work on some music. Brian Michael Cox, got to work with him a little bit.
The greats.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really fun. And I'm trying to think all the Rolodex. I got to work a little bit with No ID. He flew me out a couple times, get some sessions and stuff. That's how I actually met Tommy, was through No ID. And yeah, like.
Don't that feel good? Because it just lets you know, like, okay, I'm doing my shit, you know, when it comes to my craft, like,
Yeah.
you know? So that's why I ask those type of questions, you know, not to name drop, but just to remind you of how blessed you may be, you know?
It is definitely a
Yeah,
blessing, for sure.
Stuff like that
Yeah.
just makes you think on a gratitude level.
Yeah.
You get it? But yeah, that's cool. Were you nervous when you first start working with some of them, or?
Shitting bricks. Shitting brick. Oh my God, yes. I got to go to a party with my lawyer. And it was like a kind of higher end celebrity kind of birthday party celebration. And I didn't know anybody, just my lawyer. And I was so terrified because it was just me and him, and he knew a lot of people, so he was like, just go have fun, go talk to someone.
Go mingle.
He's like not like he didn't like coddle me at all. He was like, just get away and go find someone to talk to. And I was
Because
like,
he's like,
yeah.
hey, this is the life that you're going to be living, so you gotta get used to it. I can't babysit you, you know.
Yep.
And but it turned out to work in your favor, right?
It did, and I was really proud of myself because like that was like my first kind of like intro to like the social life of like LA, like the, you know, kind of like, you know, upper scale celeb kind of party vibes. I'd never experienced anything like that before. And also I just thought it was interesting, like moving to LA, like I love movies. I know we talked about this before the cameras rolling, but like I love film, I love movies, love TV, and I always had this impression that like LA, the way they portrayed it in like movies and stuff, was like just dramatized for, you know, entertainment purposes. I always thought it was like, no, it can't, that's not
no,
real.
it's-
and then I got here and I'm like, it's actually like that, and I was shocked. I was like,
place.
I don't know what to do.
The Wild Wild West.
No,
out
but
here.
for real, it is
Yeah.
the Wild West. And I was like, they ain't playing.
It's not for the weak.
This is
When
not
you-
a
when you
joke.
go
It's
to
really
LA,
like that bad.
Yeah, you gotta hustle, you gotta be on stuff, and
Yeah.
you have to have that confidence, you know.
Absolutely, for sure.
A lot of people move here and they move right back home.
Oh,
Literally. Like, LA hustle is different.
Yeah, people who born here move out.
It's literally, seriously, it's like you might be rich in Ohio, but you come out here, you're not getting a 4-bedroom house for a 4-bedroom house for $1,500 out here. You're getting a studio with roaches for $1,500. Like literally, it's Skid Row. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's so funny.
it's LA for you.
No, I was
It's full. Don't move here. We got no vacancy.
It's full too.
So what's your next move?
So I'm working on a project. I don't have like a name for it yet, but I'm working on a couple singles. My next single is going to be titled Incentivize. I'm producing that one.
Beautiful.
So I'm excited.
Nice.
I love
I've
women
teased it a little
producers.
bit. Yes.
There's only like 7% of women producers in the industry, and so it's very important that I give you your flowers for that, because that's like a very big thing to do. And
Thank you.
everybody gets dicked around in music a little bit, I think,
true.
but as a female, we deal with that a lot more.
Absolutely.
A lot more. So, like she said, I don't want to wait for you to give it to me when you feel like giving it to me.
Yeah.
I'll just do it myself.
I just do it myself.
So kudos to you for that.
Thank you.
That's amazing. And you produce it yourself.
Yes.
Can't wait to hear it.
Impressive.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
So what? So that's your new stuff that you're coming out with. What
Yes.
do you have already out that people can look for?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of singles out right now. My latest single is called "I'm Obviously Upset." I didn't produce that. I worked on that with my friend. Pia.
It's called "I'm Obviously Upset."
I'm obviously upset.
What's that about?
I'm angry. I'm
About
just
what?
pissed.
Obviously, listen to the song.
I'm just pissed.
About what?
It's just
Girls always mad about something.
a girl. What?
I'm just playing. I
Not
just
specifically
had to
girls.
stir the pot a little
Like
bit.
that.
Shots fired.
Yo,
I
always
didn't have an
mad
attitude.
about
I
something.
didn't have an attitude till you asked me why I had an attitude.
Exactly.
So what you mad about in this song?
I mean, it's honestly just kind of like trying to portray like the inner thoughts of how, like, I don't know, like if I'm in an argument with my significant other, like what's going on in my head. That's basically what
Okay.
the song is about. It's like kind of like a turned up version of like Focus
Okay.
by her, but like angry, you know. Trying to paint it like that little picture, but then also it's like coming from a place of like wanting to see eye to eye, like wanting to understand, but just you're not getting that connection and you just keep butting heads, you know. But yeah, I guess I was just like angry at the time and I was like, this is how I feel, let me write this down. But yeah.
So are you in a relationship right now?
No, I'm single.
She's single.
Oh, she's on the market.
Single. She on the market. So
Uh-oh.
what do you look for in a guy? Because if you look on social media, it's like guys can't do nothing right now. You know?
And they can't.
I don't think that.
It's like a war of the sexes right now on social
It
media.
is. It is.
Men
but I
are
mean,
losing.
Men are losing. We just chilling.
You already said y'all couldn't do nothing right. You already admitted y'all.
Yeah, according to y'all.
Oh my god.
So what is it you look for?
I would say like first and foremost integrity, responsibility. Like I don't want somebody that I feel like I need to like.
You want all your
Mother.
bills paid?
No.
Oh, okay.
I can pay my own bills.
Okay.
Just for him to know how to pay bills. Just know how to pay your own bills. Start with that.
I want all my bills paid.
Absolutely
I
not.
want all your money.
No.
That's
no.
these girls. They be going.
I don't
crazy.
know any women like that.
That's one thing I'm confused about. I feel like I did not see that like rhetoric so much until I moved here. Like, what is that whole men thinking women want all of their bills paid?
Because they be saying it.
No, we don't say that.
No,
The girls on the radio say that.
I'm not saying you guys. I'm just saying
can I say
on
this
social
though, real
media.
quick?
Yeah.
For a fact, what's crazy is this: a lot of these artists, female artists that are on the radio right now, are making men think that that's what we want.
Yeah.
But they don't speak for us as women because those songs were written by men.
And also,
It doesn't make sense.
those women pay their own bills.
And they
Those
pay their
women
own
pay their own bills.
I mean, I'm sure they get bills paid and things like that. But at the end of the day, a lot of those songs are written by men. I have a person that I know personally. He's Cardi B's writer.
yeah.
Spade. He wrote a lot of them records, you know what I'm saying? That are talking about those things, but it's a guy writing it in the perspective of what they want a woman to say, and then you guys are thinking that we really feel that way, and it's just so hilarious.
These girls be in the comments like, yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. So
the internet, I think the internet kind of lets people go a little crazy with their opinions. They kind of like get a little,
because
they
I
troll
get
a
what
little
you're
bit.
saying. You're like, well, guys write these songs, but when the girls are hearing them and now they're influenced by it and they're commenting like, yeah, that's right. You
Honestly, I think that if you look anything up on the internet, you'll find something to prove it. You could be like, coffee makes you get rid of headaches, and you'll find a whole article about it. And then you could type in, coffee causes headaches, and there'll be 20 articles about it. I mean, I don't know. I think people be trolling on the internet.
That's a horrible analogy.
No, it wasn't.
I think it's a good analogy.
That was horrible.
I understand.
We're not talking
It's
about no
basically saying-
damn coffee.
So I'm saying, basically, people will disagree or agree with anything at that moment for whatever attention span they have. Like, oh yeah, and they'll go on to the next thing. They might not even really be that opinionated about it. But do you know women personally in your real life who act like that?
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
Okay then, what you talking about?
But I don't hang out with a lot of people in general, so I couldn't really say that, you know?
I mean, I also feel like there needs to be space for whatever your way is. Like, it's not necessarily like a right or a wrong way if you want your bills paid by your significant other, but like you have to find somebody who wants.
Yeah, there are guys that want to pay
Like
girls' bills, that enjoy doing
Gotta
that.
pay to play.
Yeah, there are guys
Pay to
that
play,
love that.
player.
Yeah.
There's guys that love that. They want to feel needed,
that,
and they want to feel like they're being useful to the women.
Yeah.
And there's people. There's somebody for
there's
everybody.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just I was just questioning the entitlement. You know, there's a lot.
But I mean, I think it depends. Like, it's not always coming from a place of entitlement. Some people really do want to just their dream is to be like a homemaker, and I think that is admirable.
If you read
And they
some of
want to
these
feel
comments-
secure.
You asked me what kind of guys I like.
Yeah.
Integrity. Someone who is fun. You know, I don't want somebody with a stick up their ass.
What's fun to you?
Like silly, like, you know, crack
Sense of
joke,
humor?
sense of humor, like, you know, has an
Y'all
inner
taking notes?
child still. Like, I'm not looking for someone who's like all like stiff, you know. I would say someone who loves God, obviously, because I'm a
Number
woman
one.
of faith,
Yeah.
for sure.
Same.
I would say tall. I like tall.
What if he was short and he was a man of God and he was fun and he had money and financially stable?
I would talk to him. Yeah.
What if he
I've
had
dated
what if he had a missing tooth right here?
I don't know. I think I would just.
If he's tall,
I mean, it gotta be one of those. They
tall
come up missing tooth and be short.
but
It's like
he can't be short and missing teeth.
all has able body, got all body parts, complete teeth, and I would, you know.
hey, sorry, y'all.
You can't have it all. See,
Anybody
that's
from
what I'm
the
talking
Cookman
about.
house.
The entitlement. They just
gotta
want
have your
it.
teeth.
They want it all.
No.
No, I'm joking.
Anybody from the
I might ask for something I don't have. I have my teeth. How about that? There we go.
That's
I got
funny.
mine too. Everybody got their teeth?
I got on mine.
You guys have nice teeth.
Take
Oh
care of
wow.
my teeth.
So
Thank
y'all-
It's really white too.
Thank
Yeah, you got
I
ni- you
brush
got
them
nice
10
teeth,
times
too.
a day.
Nice.
10 times.
His gums only bleeding out.
My teeth are good, but my gums are numb.
Oh my
No, I'm
god.
just playing. But yeah, man.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you've been on a
Go
roll
ahead,
with
jump
questions
in,
tonight, you know what I'm saying?
jump in.
So yeah, I would like to know, what is something that you aspire to do in the next 5 years in your career, like a major goal for you?
I would love to go on tour. I've never been on tour. That
Never?
would be one. No.
Me neither. I think that's one for me too.
I would absolutely love to go on tour. I love to travel. I grew up traveling a lot because my parents love to travel as well. You know, I would love to do like touring out of the country. Love that. I would also say I've done singles all the way up to this point. So like I would say a project, like an album, maybe a couple EPs and then a conglomerate of an album. And I would say, you know, have a charting single, for sure.
So you want a charting single, you want to travel on your tour
Yes.
out of the country,
Yes.
you want to finish it, couple EPs and an album.
Yes.
Your wish is my command.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Thank you.
Put it out there now. It's marked. It's been set into the universe.
It's in the universe.
It's there.
Manifesting.
All right, God,
Amen.
do your job. You got this.
Thank you, Lord.
Right. It's already done.
Amen.
Amen.
Oh yeah.
So what advice would you give to the viewers out there, you know, a woman
Yes.
or a girl who's aspiring to be, you know, in your position, what's one bit of advice that you would give to them to help them succeed?
I would say learn how to do as much as you can. Am I supposed to look at the camera?
Maybe,
Look at-
yeah.
Whatever, wherever you want to look. It's your world. We're just here.
I would say learn how to do as much as you can on your own, because it will ultimately set you up for success. Because even if you're not the one doing it, you know how it's supposed to be done. And it gives you a certain level of control. I know that it's hella stressful to do all of those things, and it's hard, but it's worth it. And I often feel like things that are good for you are difficult to attain. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do them just because they're difficult. So yeah, I would say learn how to do as much as you can on your own. I would say don't wait on people. Do it. Just figure it out. Do it. Consistency. Definitely be consistent with whatever creative endeavors you have. And yeah, believe in yourself and know that you are capable of doing so much. And you don't, obviously collaboration is wonderful, and we can't realistically do it all on our own.
Right,
But
right.
there is so much that you can do on your own if you get out of your own way. So
And take the time to do it.
There you go.
take the time.
It takes time. It can't be like a.
I know.
True
But it
words of
can
wisdom.
be. It can sometimes something pops off and it's just like that. You
Yeah.
never really know. I would also say like expect positive. Like one thing that held me back the most was just like negativity and like just assuming the worst out of scenarios, and then the worst would happen. But when I assumed the best, 9 times out of 10, the best would happen. But you just have to like truly believe that though.
Right.
I'm about to be a billionaire.
There you go.
I believe it.
Okay, so at church on Sunday, what I got was that you're gonna have all yeses in August. So I'm gonna relay that
Amen.
message to you.
Okay.
You're all yeses in August. Everything that you go apply for, you're gonna get a yes.
Yes.
But you gotta believe it and receive it.
Absolutely. Believe it and receive it.
That's for y'all too.
Well, there you go. That's something to leave y'all with. That was deep. So where can where can everyone find you at?
So you can find me everywhere at Krysten Simone. So it's KrystenSimone. Krysten Simone.
Ooh, and you can find
was
me
that
in the
called
mall. It's going down. Find me in the trap. Going
My little
down.
armography.
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 Well, there you go.
Thank you.
Anything you want to add?
I want to say that you didn't tell me happy birthday.
Your birthday's tomorrow.
Say,
Well, I'm not
But
filming a podcast tomorrow. I'm
happy
filming one
early
today.
birthday.
So
happy
therefore,
birthday.
that's what I wanted to say. Thank you. Because I only get to say that like one time this year.
Well, happy early birthday. How are you? How old are you? What, 25?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm totally 25 again.
Again.
No, but we had an amazing time getting to know you. You are super
Yeah.
beautiful, talented, ambitious. I can't wait to see what you have going on with your career. I can't wait to go home and listen to some of your music. And I hope I get to see you again.
Absolutely. I'm coming to your birthday party.
Oh, yeah. She's got a birthday party. It's nothing.
Pull
Okay.
up.
So what you got to say? You
Nothing.
ain't got nothing to say?
Nope.
Wow, that's the
I
first.
just gotta say we out.
Hey.
We out. Artist Uncut.